Hi everyone. Today we will discuss about what are the types of accelerometers. In previous class, we will discuss about the what is accelerometer and what are the different classifications of accelerometer and what is the principle of accelerometer and what is vibration and what are the different classifications of vibration and what are the different working principles of those vibrating instruments. Today we will see about types of accelerometers. It is piezoelectric accelerometer and a seismic type of accelerometer. It is the last topic in this unit. First of all, you can see what are the different types of accelerometers. We already know about this type of accelerometers. One is piezoelectric type of accelerometer and another one is seismic type of accelerometer. You can see what is different type of accelerometers. There are basically two types of accelerometers frequently used for measurement of acceleration. To measure acceleration in any uh, acceleration during the components, we can easily measure by using this type of instruments. So basically it is two types. One is piezoelectric accelerometer and another one is displacement sensing or seismic type of accelerometer. These two are the measuring instruments of the accelerometers. You can see what is the introduction of this piezoelectric accelerometer. First, you can see what is piezoelectric effect and what is the principle of this piezoelectric effect. What is the working principle of this piezoelectric effect? What are its advantages, disadvantages, and applications of this piezoelectric accelerometer? Piezoelectric effect means the piezoelectric effect refers to a change in electric polarization that is produced in certain materials. When they are subjected to mechanical stresses, this stress dependent change in polarization manifests as a measurable potential difference across the material. It refers as the direct piezoelectric effect. This phenomenon it is observable in many natural available crystalline materials, including quartz, Ruchilus salt, and even human bone. We need materials such as lithium niobate and lead zirconate, titanate, and exhibits a more pronounced piezoelectric effect. So, what is the introduction of this piezoelectric? The piezoelectric refers to change in electric polarization. So, it changes the electric polarization. So, the electricity should be changed by using this piezoelectric effect, and it is produced in certain materials when they are subjected to mechanical stresses. Some amount of mechanical stresses are added on these electrodes of this piezoelectric effect. Based upon that mechanical stresses, it will produce certain materials. Okay, so this stress it is dependent upon the change in polarization manifests as a measurable potential difference across the material. So we can place material. So the crystalline material we place, it should generate the it should produce the electric polarization of this piezoelectric effect. It is referred as direct piezoelectric effect. In this phenomenon is observable in many natural available crystalline materials, including quartz, Russellus salt. So, in this piezoelectric effect, we are using crystalline materials. In the type of crystalline materials, different types of crystalline materials are used to produce the uh, polarization What are the different crystalline materials? It is quartz or Ruchele salt and even human bone are also used in the material of the piezoelectric effect. In engineering materials such as lithium niobate and lead zirconate titanate, and it exhibits the more pronounced piezoelectric effect. So engineering materials. So the engineering materials, these are some chemical materials, that is quartz and Rutile salt and then even human bone. These are other materials. What are the engineering materials? It is lithium niobate and lead zirconate titanate. These are the engineering materials used in the piezoelectric effect. An accelerometer is an electromechanical device used to measure the acceleration forces. So any type of accelerometer, it is a piezoelectric accelerometer or systematic type of accelerometer. Any type of accelerometers you can take. That accelerometers is an electromechanical device. So that electrical signals should be taking, it gives the how much of acceleration getting on that device. It is calculated mechanically. So that's why it is called electromechanical device. So any type of accelerometers is an electromechanical device. The main purpose of these accelerometers, it is used to measure the acceleration forces. Such forces may be static, like the continuous force of gravity, or other cases with many mobile devices, dynamic to sense movement of vibrations. Acceleration is the measurement of change in velocity or speed divided by time. So mainly the accelerometers are used in different areas, such as the forces may be static. The static and dynamic forces are developed from that instrument. Based upon that static forces and dynamic forces, we can calculate the acceleration. Like the continuous force of gravity are in the case with many mobile devices, and dynamic to sense the movement or vibration. So static forces are developed to calculate the acceleration in many mobile devices and any other applications, and the dynamic forces are developed in to calculate movement of that device and the vibrations of the device. So these parameters are to be calculated by using this type of accelerometer. Mainly, the acceleration is the measurement of the change in velocity or speed divided by time. The mainly acceleration is the measurement of change in velocity and the speed. It is divided by time. So it is based upon the we have an equation from Newton's law. There is force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force into force is equal to mass into acceleration. So you can get an equation. It is F is equal to m into a. F is equal to m into a. So therefore, from this equation, you can get the acceleration. It is a is equal to force by mass. A is equal to force by mass. Then we can calculate the acceleration based upon this condition. The force is exerted by the mass. Whenever the weight occurred on the uh, electrodes of that piezoelectric effect, the force should be developed. Based upon this force, we can calculate the mass and force. The acceleration should be measured by this device. Okay, so it is the basic formula of acceleration. So you can see what is the working of this piezoelectric accelerometer. A piezoelectric accelerometer is an accelerometer that employs the piezoelectric effect of certain materials to measure dynamic changes in mechanical variables. So such dynamic variables has acceleration, vibration, and mechanical shocks. These are the examples of the dynamic changes in the mechanical variables. You can see a piezoelectric acceleration a piezoelectric accelerometer is an accelerometer that employs the piezoelectric effect of certain material. So we are using certain type of materials. It is mechanical materials or any other. It is engineering materials or any other different types of materials used in this piezoelectric accelerometers. We can calculate the acceleration. So in this type of materials, it is used to measure the dynamic changes in the mechanical variables. Dynamic changes in the mechanical variables. That dynamic changes variables, the examples of these dynamic changes, it is acceleration, vibration, and mechanical shocks. So to find out the acceleration or vibrations of that equipment or any other devices, or the mechanical shocks should be measured by using this type of materials are used to calculate the acceleration by using piezoelectric accelerometer. With all accelerometer, piezoelectric accelerometers converts one form of energy into another form and provide an electrical signals in the response to a quantity, property, or condition that is being measured. So, in the form of accelerometer, the piezoelectric accelerometers convert to one form of energy into another form of energy. The electrical energy should be converted into another energies. That means the energy should be transferred. It is electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. Electrical energy is converted into uh, other energies of the piezoelectric effect. By using these type of piezoelectric accelerometers, the energy is transferred into another form of uh, energy. That another form of energy is measured as the dynamic changes in the mechanical variables such as acceleration, vibration, and mechanical shocks. Next one, as with all accelerometers, piezoelectric accelerometers convert one form of energy into another form and provides electrical signal in response to a quantity, property, or condition that is being measured. So the form of the converted energy, that means the electrical energy should be converted into mechanical energy. That mechanical energy is our output device. That mechanical energy is our output value. So that is converted by these piezoelectric accelerometers to find out the acceleration or vibration or mechanical shocks of different devices. Using the general sensing method upon which all accelerometers are based, acceleration acts upon a seismic mass that is restrained by a spring or suspended on a cantilever beam. So a spring is placed on the mass. So the mass is placed in between the electrodes. Uh, there are two electrodes are placed in the piezoelectric accelerometers. That electrodes are connected to the voltage supply, that is the output voltage getting on the piezoelectric accelerometer. Whenever we apply the mass on that whenever we apply the mass on that electrodes, automatically it will react and it will pass the signal, and it has placed a crystalline material on that crystalline material placed in between those two electrodes. Automatically it will generates the voltage in the two circuits of the piezoelectric accelerometers. That voltage is the output voltage. So we can calculate the output voltage by using this device. It is the output voltage measuring device. So one electrode is connected to this system and another electrode is placed in this system. a mass is placed in this electrode. That mass is connected to a spring. This mass is connected to a spring. So the mass is applied at different weights on the accelerometer. Automatically, the mass is based on the load on the electrode. A crystalline material is placed in between these two electrodes. Automatically, the voltage is generates. The voltage is that voltage is output voltage. That output voltage is calculated by using this voltmeter. Okay, that is the procedure, working procedure of the piezoelectric accelerometer. So in this conversion, it is done the mass spring system shown in figure to the right. So how should the mass is connected to the spring? So because of different weights are added and different voltage should be developed. How much weight can be added on the system based upon the what equipment, what acceleration we have measure by using that condition, we can place that mass on the piezoelectric accelerometer. So what is the working principle? It is the piezoelectric accelerometers work on the principle of piezoelectric effect. So the piezoelectric accelerometers works on the basis of piezoelectric effect. When mechanical stresses or forces are applied to some material along certain planes, they produce electrical voltage. When mechanical forces are applied to some materials, the mechanical stressor, that means the mass are taken in this piezoelectric effect and certain materials. In that certain materials, we are using crystalline materials. Those type of crystalline engineering materials or any other crystalline materials are taking to produce the voltage on this piezoelectric accelerometer. Okay, so in these certain planes, they produce electrical voltage. This electrical voltage can be measured easily by the voltage measuring instruments, which can be used to measure the stress or force. So that output voltage is generated on the piezoelectric accelerometers. We can calculate easily by using we can calculate easily of that output voltage by using voltmeter to calculate that output voltage. So what he told is this electric voltage can be measured easily by using voltage measuring instruments, which can be used to measure the stresses or forces. So this output voltage should be calculated to find out the stresses and forces applied on that uh, electrodes of the piezoelectric effect. The physical quantities like stress and force cannot be measured directly. So the physical quantities like stresses or forces. So we can place a mass on that. We can place a mass on these piezoelectric accelerometers. So how much amount of load acts on that accelerometer? How much amount of force applied on that area? We cannot find out directly. We cannot measure directly. In such cases, the material exhibiting piezoelectric accelerometers can be used. In such cases, these like forces, these loads or these stresses should be find. We can find out easily. We can place a material exhibiting material placed in that piezoelectric accelerometers. That's why we can measure stresses and forces on that piezoelectric effect. The stress or the force that has to be measured is applied along the certain planes to these materials. The voltage output obtained from these materials due to piezoelectric effect is proportional to the applied stress or force. So a material is placed in between the electrodes. A material is placed in between the electrodes. Suppose it is one electrode, it is another electrode. These two electrodes are connected through voltmeter and uh, a crystalline material is placed in between these two electrodes. Automatically, we can generate force by using mass. We can apply the mass on that electrode. Automatically, the voltage is generated because of there is a crystalline material. It is to develop the voltage. It is to develop the voltage. So that measured voltage, that output voltage can be measured by using the voltmeter. And with this help of voltage, we can calculate the how much stresses are, how much forces acted on this electrode. We can calculate it. Okay, the voltage output obtained from these materials due to piezoelectric effect, it is proportional to the applied stresses or forces. So how much amount of output voltage is generated? If the output voltage is generated heavily, the stresses or mass is generated very high amount of stresses act on that electrode. If low amount of voltage is generated, only low amount of forces are developed in that uh, electrodes. Okay, so it is the voltage is developed. The voltage is the voltage output obtained from these materials due to the, it is proportional to the stresses or forces of that piezoelectric effect. The output voltage can be calibrated against the applied stress on force so that the measured volume of the output voltage directly gives the value of the applied stresses or force. In fact, the scale can be measured directly in terms of stresses or force to give the values directly. So we can place a scale on the device. The stresses are masses, how much amount of stresses are acted on the device, how much they are, how much amount of masses act on the device. You can calculate directly by using one calibrated scale placed on that device. The voltage output obtained from the materials due to piezoelectric effect. It is very small and it has high impedance. To measure the output, some amplifiers, auxiliary circuit, and the connecting cables are required. So the voltage output obtained from the materials. So different types of materials are used in the calculation of accelerometers, the piezoelectric accelerometer. So the final output obtained from the material due to piezoelectric effect, it is very small and it has a very high impedance. So these outputs should be measured by using some amplifiers and auxiliary circuits, and different connecting tables are required. So to measure the output voltage by using amplifiers or auxiliary circuits or any other corresponding tables are used to require the calculation of output voltage. So that is the working principle of the piezoelectric accelerometers. And what are the materials used for the piezoelectric accelerometer? These are various materials that exhibit piezoelectric effect as mentioned above. The materials used for the measurement purpose should possess desirable properties like stability, high output, intensity to the extreme temperature and humidity, and ability to be formed or machined into any shape. But none of the materials exhibiting piezoelectric effect possess the all properties. It is quartz, which is natural crystal, is highly stable, but the output obtained from it is very small. It also offers the advantage of measuring very slowly varying parameters as they have very low leakage when they are used with high input impedance amplifiers. So what type of materials we are using in this piezoelectric accelerometers? We can use different types of crystal materials used in this piezoelectric effect. Based upon that properties, we can get the high output voltage and we can get the low output voltage, and it is very stable in nature, and it is very stable in nature, and it is very non-stable in nature. There are various materials are used in this piezoelectric effect to produce the voltage. So the materials are used for the measurement of purpose should possess desirable properties like stability, high output, and sensitive to the extreme temperatures and humidity, and ability to be formed, machined into any shape. So these are the different properties should be maintained to select a crystalline material in that piezoelectric effect. So the properties, it is stability in nature or high output in nature, insensitive or extreme temperatures and humidity to be uh, and ability to be formed or machined into any type of shape. These are the different desirable properties should be maintained to select a crystalline material in the piezoelectric effect. But none of the materials exhibiting piezoelectric effect possess the all properties. You can select any type of crystalline materials. All the properties uh, should not follow to give the very high output in that effect. Only uh, some amount of properties should be mm, taking and to give the output. For example, quartz, which is a natural crystal. It is highly stable, but the output obtained from it is very small. We are taking quartz crystalline material in the piezoelectric effect. It has a natural crystalline material and it has a highly stable in nature, and the output obtained from this material it is very low. So it also offers the advantage of measuring very slowly varying parameters as they have very low leakage when they are used with the high input impedance amplifiers. So these are the different types of materials and what are the different properties if we selecting a crystalline material in the piezoelectric accelerometer. What are the advantages of this piezoelectric accelerometer? Every device has certain advantages and limitations. The piezoelectric accelerometer offers several advantages and it is mentioned below. Uh, the advantages of this piezoelectric accelerometer has high frequency response, high transient response, high output. These are the different advantages. What is mean by high frequency response? It is they offers very high frequency responses. That means the parameters changing at very high speeds can be sensed easily. The frequency should be changed in that device. It is sensed at very easily by using this piezoelectric accelerometer. It is one advantage. And next one, high transient response. The piezoelectric accelerometers can detect the events of microseconds and also give the linear output. So high transient response. The piezoelectrometers it can detect the uh, vibrations or any frequencies in microseconds and it gives the output. That is one advantage in these piezoelectric accelerometers and high output. They offer high output that we measure in the electronic circuit. It gives the very high output. Mm, dia- Piezoelectric accelerometers are small in size and have rugged in construction. The piezoelectric accelerometers have the construction is very small and the size of the construction is also very small and the construction is very simple. So those are the different advantages of the piezoelectric accelerometers. And what are the limitations of the piezoelectric accelerometer? Some of the limitations of this piezoelectric accelerometers are output is low. We can get the crystalline material, different types of crystalline materials. Those crystalline materials have get the low output in nature. Okay, so the input amplification is very high, the output is very low. That is one limitation. And the high impedance. The piezoelectric crystals have high impedance, so they have to connect the amplifier and the auxiliary circuits, which have the potential to cause errors in measurement. To reduce these errors, amplifiers are high input impedance and long cable should be used. So we are selecting different crystalline materials. These crystalline materials have very high impedance. So in that very high impedance, we are using the amplifiers to rectify that problem. So based upon these high impedance, uh, the measurement of acceleration, we can get small amount of errors. That's why it is also one limitation in the piezoelectric accelerometers. And next one, forming into shape. It is very difficult to give the desired shape, the crystal, with sufficient strength. So the sufficient strength, we are not giving the crystalline materials. It should not form into the desired shape. That is also one disadvantage in this piezoelectric accelerometer. What are the applications of these piezoelectric accelerometer? The piezoelectric accelerometers are more useful for the dynamic measurements. The parameters that are changing at the fast rate, this is because the potential developed under the static conditions is not held by the instrument. Thus, the piezoelectric crystals are primarily used in measurement of quantities like surface roughness and also accelerometers and vibration filters. So mainly these piezoelectric accelerometers are used in the calculation of dynamic measurements. The dynamic measurements are acceleration or vibration or flow measurement. These are the different dynamic measures to calculate by using this type of instrument. And also these piezoelectric accelerometers are calculated surface roughness uh, and the measurement of quantities you can calculate by using this instrument. For the same reasons, they can be used for studying high-speed phenomena like explosions and blast waves. So we can get an explosion or earthquakes or blast waves are coming. By using these type of instruments, we can calculate how much amount of acceleration are getting on that blast or explosion, or how much waves should be the waves should be coming, what is the flow rate of that waves you can calculate by using this type of instrument. They are also used in aerodynamic shock tube work under seismographs. It is used to measurement of acceleration and vibration in rockets. So in the aerospace, that means rockets or planes, we can calculate the acceleration and vibration. Many times the piezo sensors or accelerometers are used along with strain gauges for measurement of both stress and vibrations. In maximum cases, these type of accelerometers are used to measure the force, stress, to vibrations. The next one, the automotive companies use piezoelectric accelerometers to detect the uh, detonations in the engine blocks. So the engine blocks, we can calculate the how much amount of detonation in that engine block by using these piezoelectric accelerometers are used to detect that problem. And next application of this piezoelectric accelerometer. These piezoelectric accelerometers are used in medical treatment, sound chemistry, and industrial processing equipments for monitoring the power. Okay, so it is the overall working principle and construction and advantages, disadvantages, and applications of the piezoelectric accelerometer. And next one, seismic type of accelerometers. This seismic type of accelerometers we have already done in previous classes. You can go through in the previous classes to know about this seismic type of accelerometers. Okay, so it is overall about the measurement of acceleration and vibration. In next class, we will discuss about a new topic in the instrumentation and control system subject. It is unit 4. So thank you guys.